Good morning and welcome to another episode of Random Guy number 6. So today what we're going to be doing is installing some recessed lighting in the kitchen, pulling out some old lights that are here, and installing some lighting in the dining room because there really isn't any in here. So just to take a look at what they're... This is the old lighting. It is... I don't know what it is. I've never seen anything like it. I'm pretty sure it's a California thing because we don't have this in Wisconsin. So this whole thing is going to get taken out and fixed with whatever needs to happen. And then I'm going to install some lights here, here, and here. Maybe one up around here, maybe one over here. So we can really kind of light the entire kitchen just better. So one of my previous videos, I did the recessed lights already. And so basically using the exact same kind of lighting. So I'm not going to take you through at least a lot of the hooking up of those lights, because if you want to just watch the other video, it's going to show you exactly what I'm doing when I start installing the lights. Now, as far as taking out this old light, I'm going to show a lot of the video of ripping that out. I am going to have to run some new wiring. We're putting in dimmers. There's going to be 2 separate switches because there is actually no lights on the kitchen ceiling whatsoever, anywhere, which is weird, but it is pretty much what it is. So I'll have to run some wiring, run a new switch. Actually, I won't run a new switch, but you'll see as we go along in the video. I'll kind of show you what all's going on and what each part of it entails. So I'm going to go ahead and start dropping everything out, and when I get to a part that I want you to see next, and I start ripping open that light, whatever it is, we're going to take a close look at that because this is going to be interesting for sure. As you can see behind me now, I have everything covered. Now, the floor drops I purchased, I think, at Walmart. I'm not exactly sure how much they were, but they were fairly cheap. Everything that I put here to kind of drape over the counters and everything, you can use sheets, plastic. If you have old sheets, that's usually the easiest. But if you don't and you want to go out and buy stuff and you want the cheapest thing possible, these are actually tablecloths from the dollar store. It's actually my mom's idea. She was like, oh, they got those. I'm like, oh, that'll work perfect. So go buy something, save yourself the hassle of having to clean up the dust and the mess that's on all your stuff. And if you have a contractor, you hire one that comes into your house and they do not cover anything, they don't cover the floor, just immediately fire them. They don't respect you, they don't respect your house, and they probably don't respect the job that they're doing, and they're probably not going to do a good job. So if you see that with any contractor, it doesn't matter who it is, even if you like them, you know, they're probably just in it for the money, to be honest. They don't really care about the job that they're doing. And obviously they wouldn't care about your stuff. So I'm going to climb up the ladder, get reset up, and we're going to get right into this. All right, so now we're up the ladder, and let's see what we're getting into. Basically what it looks like is they built a box into the ceiling and put shop lights in. Weird. Yeah, very weird. I can think of about 1 million different ways to do this, and this wouldn't be any one that I would choose. But however many years ago they did it, that's what they did. So I'm gonna have to break this whole box out of here, run new electrical to the lights, put new drywall up, and and it should be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to a time-lapse video, and if I come across some stuff that I might think you need to know, pretty much the bulk of this you can just grab it, rip it off. There's really not gonna be anything that's gonna be too detailed, probably until I get into the wiring. So I'll go ahead and speed this all up for you.
When you're close to me, I'm feeling high when I'm low. I'm feeling high when I'm low. I'm feeling you.
All right, so I've got the bulk of the demo done. Now all I need to do is install the lights, put some new drywall up, and texture it, and we're gonna paint everything all at a later date. But I'll give you an ad here. So we got the holes all cut. Everything is pretty much ready for installation. I didn't have to take the boxes completely out because those are, the bulk of those are actually attached rafters. So let's just say not having to do all that made my life a million times easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these lights popped in. We're gonna see how it looks. I still gotta go pick up some drywall and some texture, and we'll keep on keeping on.
Close to me.
Well, here we go. The moment of truth. All right, now all I got to do is go get some more drywall and finish this up. All right, now we have the lights in. So the next step is to get the sheet of drywall up. Now in order to do that, I need something to attach it to. So I need to actually cut this drywall back about 3/4 of an inch onto the studs. Now, in order to do that, what I need to do, and I'll show you, is I need to cut this flush right here. And once I cut it flush, every 2x4 is 1.5 inches thick. So when I cut this flush, I can just measure it in 3/8 of an inch, or I'm sorry, 3/4 of an inch, and do a couple spots, make some lines, and cut it with a skill saw. Now, the thing that's going to be tricky with a skill saw is I'm sure this is attached with either nails or screws. So when you're cutting it with the skill saw, you're going to see sparks. So you're probably going to want either a metal blade or something like that. I have a metal blade on my saw, so it will cut through them, but you're still going to get sparks and stuff like that if you do it this way. There are other ways to do it. I'm just showing you the way I'm going to do it. So let me show you how I'm going to I'm just going to use this, cut it flush. I've got that piece cut flush. I'm just going to measure in 3/4 of an inch. Make a mark. Now I'm going to do this all around it, make a straight line so I know where to cut, and we'll speed that all up for you. Alright, as you can see, I have the whole thing marked all the way around. And what I'm going to do next is break out the skill saw. And as you can see, I'm not wearing safety glasses. And I probably don't do as much safety as I should. But when I know that I'm cutting some metal or steel, because there's a 99% chance I'm going to hit a nail or a screw or something, it's going to create sparks. And I don't want that in my eye. You don't either. So just get some cheap glasses, $3, $6. I mean, if you got the money, you can buy some nice ones for $100. Now I am going to set the depth of the blade on this to about a 1/2 inch so that I'm not cutting into the wood, because there's really no point in cutting into the wood. So once I get that set to, let's see, look at that, 1/2 inch. Then when I get up to the corners, obviously the rounded blade is not going to get up in these corners. So what I'm going to do for that is take my my oscillating tool and just go up to the corner and just kind of zip into the corners, and then I'll cut up to it. Alright, as you can see now, we have a nice wood frame that we can attach the drywall to. The only current problem though is obviously there are nails still in it. Now, the nails that are out in the open, obviously you can easily get with a hammer. No big deal. Sometimes it's screws, sometimes it's not, but anything that's out in the open, obviously, easy, hammer. Now, the ones that are right next to the drywall, obviously, you're not going to be able to do that because you can't get it in there. You're going to make more damage. So what you can do is get a pair of channel locks, put them on there, and then use the head of it as a fulcrum, and they'll come right out. Save yourself a lot of problems, a lot of headaches. Anything that's real close to drywall like that, I got a few others of those, and then we'll go cut some drywall. Nails are all out. I got a clean area now to attach the drywall. So I got it all measured up, and now I'm gonna head out and start cutting. Alright, so now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go up and I'm going to pull this insulation down, and I'm going to put it in this open space here so that the insulation is sitting right on the ceiling, rather than have that box up there, because you can see gaps and stuff kind of up through here, and we don't want that. We want insulation running all the way across. Now when I first start, I'm going to use this automatic screw gun. I think they make battery operated ones now, but this is the one I have. It works pretty fantastic. There's really no point in me buying a new one. As far as the rest after that, I've got, just so you know what to buy yourself, we have 1 5/8" drywall screws, because the drywall is a 1/2 inch thick. After we get the drywall screwed up, I like fiber tape, so this is what I'm going to use. I'm not a fan of paper tape at all. I use it 0 places. To me it is absolutely worthless, but you know, that's just my opinion. Alright, so let's get started on it. All right, so we got all the tape up. Now all we have left to do is mud. So I'm using a kind of mud that I've never used before because I'm in California and this one just doesn't have what I'm normally used to. So I like to make my mud a little bit thicker than some people, especially because I'm putting it on the ceiling. It's personal preference. I'll show you how I mix mine up, and you can mix yours up however you like. I would suggest a little thicker just so it's not dropping in your eye, and we'll go through that process right now. Okay, so as you can see, that's the kind of mud I bought. It's 20-minute mud. You want to use your stuff for a little bit longer, give you more time. I just grabbed this because I know I could use it up that quick. But I've never used this kind before, so hopefully it doesn't set super fast. We'll find out. As I said, I don't need a whole lot. I'm just doing the joints right now in a little bit, so that's maybe a little more. That's probably going to be more than enough. Toss that aside. Dump a little water in there. Oh, that might have been too much. We'll find out. Nope. As you can see, it's all clumping up, so that was not enough, surprisingly. So you can see how thick it is. Probably, I'd say about the consistency of nice heavy icing. That's about how I like it. So we'll take it inside and start slapping it up. Well, that's about all we can do for today. As you can see, all the mud is in and drying, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just kind of get it close, which is good enough because we're gonna have to sand it down, put another coat on, maybe sand it, maybe do it one more time. Then we'll put a texture on it, and have to paint it and kind of do all that kind of good stuff too. But regardless, I'm gonna say that's it for today. Hasn't been a super long day, but I'd say it was a productive one. When I put the texture on, and I also need to put a dimmer switch on this. So I have a video to put the texture on. I'll probably have that with the same video as the dimmer switch. And then I have a ton of other lights to put in here. So I'm not going to paint anything until this is all done, and then I'll do a painting video as well. So I'm going to call that the end of this video, and see you soon.